Wade, good morning.
Good morning, Lizzie. I have to thank Studio Bambini for helping us with that opener before we start.
They were part of the cutesy pie sounds there, were they?
Yes. This morning, Liz, we're talking about learning disabilities. 1 in 5 children have a learning problem, and school resources, of course, are thin on the ground, so parents are having to seek private help. Let's see how it works.
So today what we're going to do, Louise, is read some words that aren't real words.
Speech pathologists like Kerry Wyer believe the public would be startled by how many children suffer learning problems, mostly in silence.
I would say that probably about 20% of the children in our schools have these auditory perceptual problems and language difficulties. So what would this one say?
Louise has an auditory perceptual problem. It's not a problem hearing, but what she hears is a jumble.
I often think of it as a little bit like being colourblind in a way, where when a person is colourblind, they can see quite well, but it's that they can't quite discriminate the very fine differences in colour. And to me, that seems to be the best way of describing to the parents what this auditory perceptual difficulty is. That it's like that the child can hear quite well, but it's like being blind sound. Didn't the boy go to school today?
Didn't the boy go to school today?
The children loved the cake which their grandmother had baked for them. Bit too hard, that one? All right, let's try the next one.
Louise is just over 11, but her reading and language skills are that of a 7.5-year-old. Her mother, Chris, has only now found out what was wrong.
We were having a lot of trouble with Louise at school. She was always struggling with work.
Show me a. If that says a, show me la. Good. If that says la, show me lal. Very good.
She can become aggressive at home, very emotional.
If that says lal, show me lol.
According to Kerry, there are many children who go through life without being properly diagnosed.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's criminal. It's really criminal that they're out there in our schools and they're just being totally neglected. Could you show me sloshed? Well done. If that says sloshed, show me slotched.
Children like Lee with learning problems have average to above average intelligence, but they are quickly labelled as lazy, stupid, emotionally disturbed or spoiled.
He was getting picked on a lot at school because he didn't have the verbal ability to actually stand up for himself.
Lee's problems may never leave him, but specialist assistance is helping him improve the difficulty.
In understanding it, I see my son completely differently.
And Kerry has made another observation. A lot of her young clients have suffered middle ear infections, including Lee and Louise.
Yeah, he had grommets when he was a baby several times, a lot of ear infections.
Has she had any middle ear problems?
Yes, she had gluey ears.
The earlier learning difficulty problems are recognised, the more successful intervention can be. But it's never too late to help.
So if we had just that, what would that say?
Cloud.
And what does that say?
Clouds.
Very good.
There are parent support groups throughout Australia, and among the other things they're doing, they're trying to push for more teacher awareness in our schools. Now, next week, a report for grandparents. Wait for this statistics. 60% of working couples rely on grandparents to look after their preschool children. So we'll see how they fare when they go back to school to brush up on their caring skills all over again.
Good on you. Thank you, Robbie. News and weather is next. Stay tuned because soon we're going to be launching a competition with a